Coalition. My name is AJ Blackwood, and I'm the chair of the Interfaith Committee of the Orange County Equality Coalition. The OCEC is committed to bringing progressive individuals and organizations together to work for justice and equality for all in Orange County. We are here to speak to you today in response to the Prop 8 ruling of the California Supreme Court on Tuesday. Our mission at OCEC is to develop and sustain an infrastructure that enables the attainment of equality for all through education, dialogue, and advocacy. In order to do this, we understand that faith-based programs must also come together. The members of several faith traditions, of which we only have a fraction of represented today, have come together to work for justice, specifically around marriage equality. I quote from California Faith for Equality: "As faith leaders, we are here today to say that bigotry, exclusion, and discrimination are not faith-based family values. We are committed to stand together for equality for all Californians, no matter how long it takes. We stand on the side of love and equal treatment for all members of our community. We are here to reclaim our place as leaders in the cause of justice and dispel the and half-truths that are being spoken by those promoting discrimination and oppression. I personally come from a long line of Native Americans here in the United States, and I'm here to say that for the last 5,000 years, every majority civilization has not, I repeat, has not solely defined marriage as between a man and a woman. Men and women in same-sex relationships in the Native American culture were often revered by their tribal leaders as teachers and leaders, as those with two spirits. In the Navajo tradition, they are the Nadlihai, the ones who are transformed. In the Lakota or the Sioux tradition, they are known as the Wikti. In the Mohawk tradition, they are known as the Alia. The Zuni as the Lamana, the Omaha as the Mex Olga, and the list goes on. My tradition and others you will hear from today and the months to come will celebrate long traditional histories that demand equality and justice for those filled with two spirits.
My name is the Reverend Dr. Jonipher Kwong, and I'm an interfaith organizer here in Orange County for California Faith for Equality. I'm also a board member of the California Council of Churches. You may not know this, but there are close to 100 congregations in the OC who are supportive of the freedom to marry. California Faith for Equality has a list of 6,000 faith leaders and congregations across the state who support marriage equality. Personally, I've had the privilege of marrying close to 40 couples during my 6-year ministry, both same-sex and opposite sex. I'm here today to say that progressive religious people will no longer stay silent in the closet. We cannot afford to, in light of what justice demands of us. We cannot afford to, in light of the suffering that members of our congregations are going through, because they are being treated as second-class citizens in their very own state. It may not be popular with our judicatory heads to publicly support marriage equality, and it may not even be popular among a segment of the community we serve, but justice is not a popularity contest. It is rather a test of our faith in doing what we know in our heart is the right thing to do. Recent surveys have indicated that the majority of mainline Protestant clergy actually support equal rights for lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transgender people. We say to these mainline clergy, congratulations and welcome to the ranks of the Jewish, Buddhist, Unitarian Universalists, and other religious groups who have already had a majority supporting the freedom to marry for a while now. It's time for all of us to come out of our religious closets. Because you know what? Closets are made for clothes, not for people. And this is why California Faith for Equality is introducing this pledge that people of faith across the state are signing as a bold expression of our commitment to making sure gays and lesbians win back the freedom to marry. We are encouraging congregations who are worshiping this weekend to read this pledge out loud and to have their governing bodies support it as well. And if you, as a faith leader, can't speak for anyone else but yourself, we also encourage you to sign it on your own behalf, because we need your voice in this struggle as well. As faith leaders in Orange County, we know that the journey ahead will be a long one, and that our opponents will stop at nothing short of taking away all the rights and indeed the basic humanity of same-sex couples and their families. Now, while we recognize that everyone is entitled to their own religious beliefs, it is not acceptable in a country that values religious freedom to establish one religious belief above another. This is called theocracy, and a theocracy has not worked well in other countries. What makes us think it will work here in California? It doesn't take a Miss California to figure out this is not the kind of country we want, one that is supposedly biblically correct but relationally incorrect. Besides, my Bible tells me to love my neighbor as myself, not to take away their rights, nor is it to discriminate against them. Fortunately, those of us who support marriage equality are winning, despite our temporary setback 2 days ago. The California Supreme Court failed us, but I am reminded of a passage from 1 Corinthians 13 that is so often read at wedding ceremonies. It ends with the hopeful phrase, "Love never fails." The love that gays and lesbians share for one another will never fail. The love we share as communities of faith will never fail. This is the dawning of a new day. Our movement does not end here. And I'd like to end with a Jewish proverb and a song. I'm not going to sing it for you, don't worry. It says, "Those who sow in tears will reap in joy." We've sown our tears, but we know that our day of joy will one day come, because we know that we have time on our side. We know that we have truth and justice on our side. We know that we have love on our side. On behalf of California Faith for Equality, I invite you to stand together in faith as we so boldly move forward toward equality and justice for all people. Thank you.